Okay, continuing on with our reviews. We just finished talking about Celine Song's Materialists, and now David has a film to
Material
share with the rest
Girl.
of us that he and only he was witness to, and that would be How to Train Your Dragon.
Boo.
Go ahead,
This is
David. Take it away.
I don't know who's editing this, but add boos. Or just leave them in the comments.
Honestly, I agree with that because I'll start off by saying, don't watch the live action one.
It's too late. It already made all the money.
Yeah, for sure. It's too late now, but it still needs to be said. Don't support this. Don't watch it. Sorry for the actors who worked on it, but sorry, you got dealt a bad
I mean, they're not sorry. They got a paycheck out of it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, to be fair to you, David, before you explain yourself for why you bothered to go see this, we should note you aren't alone. There was somebody else in the Red Spotlight family who was brave enough to share that they had watched How to Train Your Dragon instead of watching any of the other movies that we were talking about. That's the one that they chose. And you, to your credit, did go out and watch other movies. You didn't just choose that one. So, to be clear, there is a degree of separation between you and that other individual who we will not name. Go ahead, David.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. But yeah, I mainly saw this movie just because I was hoping maybe DreamWorks would be different from Disney and, put in a little more effort. And I mean, for me, visually, I thought it was a nice movie. So there was that at the very least. But anyway, as a whole though, I did enjoy the movie. But that's only because, they basically followed the movie. And so I'm kind of like, yeah, it's what I saw. So that was nice. But if I was really comparing the live action with the animated one, there's still so many flaws with it. Some people were pointing out the differences between the live action Toothless and the animated one, how his expressions was just like a whole lot. He was less expressive in the live action one than he was in the animated. It wasn't that much of a problem for me. I could still see what he was expressing and all that. Now, if I could tell what he was expressing because of I saw the animated movie, then yeah, I guess it's still a flaw. I don't know. It's hard for me to say that. But other than that, it is basically just the animated movie. Like I said, I did enjoy some of the visuals. There was this one shot in particular where you see Hiccup and Toothless flying and all that. I thought that was like really, really nice. And even though some of the shots weren't as dynamic or as fast as it was in the animated one, I still think they did look nice. I'm sure someone who did see the live action, some kid who did see the live action, I think he would still get some like sense of wonder from it and all that. But like I said, don't show them that one. Just stick to the animated one. But yeah, like I said, it's basically the animated one, but it doesn't need to exist.
What compelled you to watch it?
I mean, like I said, I was kind of hoping DreamWorks would maybe try a bit more, make more of an effort. And I mean, there were still some slight differences that I liked. Some people complain about how the live action dragons, didn't like how the way they looked, but I kind of disagree. I kind of like some details that they changed. I don't know if you guys remember that little, like the baby dragon ones. I can't remember the names, but there's these like baby dragons. They have like really big eyes and everything. In the live action, to sort of still give them big eyes, they give them eyes of like a iguana. Those ones that like change color. They kind of like they can move their eyes.
I know what an iguana is.
Yeah. Honestly, I was trusting myself. I feel like I got the wrong animal, but I'm glad I was right though. But that's how, instead of giving him like actual big eyes, they give him that, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. And I did like the designs of the live action dragons and all, so that was really cool. And yeah,
I'll just say, look, the reaction that I saw from the press was like a collective shrug. It was like, it's the same movie.
yeah.
That's not true, though.
No? What did you see?
They were positive on it. It's fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. And that's what really bothers me.
Yeah.
Because to me, it tells me that you're not actually engaging with the film or anything, right? Because that's what bothers me with most of these live action remakes. It really makes me wonder, it's like, well, why did you like that original film? What about it made you like it? I really felt that with the Lion King live action remake. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why did you even like the Lion King? Like, because you could break that film down at every single component. Like, if it was a car, every nut and bolt and screw, and it's just terrible. It's the same basic car, but worse. And I'm not saying that's what necessarily this film is, but it might be the exact same car, except only slightly worse. It would still be an instance. Why does this exist? No, yeah. Nothing is accomplished, but so much is lost. So much time and effort and money, and a waste of talent. I think AI is the most anti-human, anti-art trend currently, but I think number 2 is these live-action remakes, because they exist for nothing but money. And I won't get too much more into it, because I feel like I really got into it with that Lilo and Stitch remake.
It's just gonna be the same conversation too, though.
Yeah, because either they make some changes, which destroys the film, or they do a shot-for-shot remake, which at best creates a slightly inferior film.
There used to be these things called adaptations, in which they were actively trying to be different.
No, yeah, just be its own film, which I would be cool with that. I would love to see, I've said this before, I would love to see a Little Mermaid film that more closely aligns with the original story about this sort of unrequited love from a supposedly closeted gay man, written by.
Perhaps Robert Eggers can get on that sooner or later.
I don't think I want to see him do that story. I'd rather see him do his Christmas
I never thought
Carol.
I'd want to see him do A Christmas Carol, but he's doing that, and I'm pretty amped up for that one. That sounds pretty exciting. Why do you think the director came back to do this?
Money.
This is just strange. Well, besides that, I mean, because like
I'd do it for money. Because he already made the film. It's so easy. And maybe he doesn't want to see them come in and like do something completely different. He's like, I already made the film I want to make. Just come in, do it again. Get a shit ton of money. Help my career.
I mean, I think it's just multiple things. He said so himself that, you know, if anyone's going to do it, he'd rather do it himself. There was that. He also has gone on and say, like, he hates the live action remakes. Doesn't want to support it, but yeah, like you said, if this was going to be made, best for someone to do it.
If someone's going to do it, might as well be me and make some money.
Yeah.
That's true.
I get it.
But then also, too, I feel like the changes that he did make to this movie, which I don't really mind it myself, was to sort of make it so
Can
that
I just
it fits.
ask, why try to even do any changes? If you already know that people want the same thing, just give them every scene and every line of dialogue the same. Because clearly that's what people want. I don't even understand why you have to faint praise or even try to do anything different.
So that it fits with the sequels. because he co-wrote the first one, but the next two he wrote it himself, and so the changes that he made, it's so that it fits to the sequels that he made. But even then, I think he's gonna make changes to the sequels that he made. Whether or not it's a movie or not, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Like
the one thing I don't know. I just like. Go ahead, David.
The one thing I think of for sure he's gonna make changes in the sequels is that he's not gonna make Hiccup the leader of like the chief. He's not gonna. He wants Astrid.
Who is it gonna be then?
Astrid. Which honestly,
great, and the go woke, go broke people are gonna go crazy for that. We already know where that's gonna go.
Yeah. Which honestly, I kind of like that idea. I never really liked the idea of Hiccup becoming leader. He was very much like just the person who wanted to go off into the world, explore and everything. So yeah.
Peter, do you care for How to Train Your Dragon, the movie or the film series?
I like it. The sequels are well made, but I mean, to me, they always felt ultimately like they're okay. Like they kind of retell the first story again and again, right? Like it's a big old bad dragon that's leading, the other dragons, but this time it's a person that's bad that's leading. I think they do that twice, the second and the third one,
and now 3 times.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They don't have much story to tell. I'll be honest. I think the first one tells 90% of the story there is to tell to How to Train Your Dragon. Because really, it's about the training of the dragon, right? You did it. You told it. It's done. And then it literally ends with the Vikings and the dragons, being friends. It's like, I don't know. That feels like a whole story to me. And then they have to sort of insert, like, bad people controlling bad dragon. It's stuff. It's like, it's nice, it's fun, but it's done because the first movie made a lot of money.
Yeah.